they always coming at me. But welcome back. I've missed you guys. I hope everybody's tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend because this is about to be a music show. So y'all definitely want to be tuned in as of right now.
Right.
Welcome back. How you doing, Zay?
What's up, DH? Man, I'm feeling good. Much better. It's been a great week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, today's a better day, I think.
Yeah.
The sun was out.
Yes.
It's getting a little bit warmer.
Yes, indeed.
Because overnight it was like, what happened?
Mother
like
Nature
spring was
Mother
like
Nature was
peace.
I don't know what was happening.
No, they really having a fight.
Yes.
Spring and winter.
Is yes.
It's okay.
I'm good though. Sherry, what's up?
What's up, Sweetie?
Sweetest,
What up, people?
sweetest.
I'm here.
She's in the building.
I'm good. I had a good day.
Yeah.
You know,
Made it through.
I made it through.
That's good.
Yes.
I made it through.
Without beating
Because,
anybody.
you know, it was a couple
Like-
crazy people that came in. But,
It
you
was.
know, it was cool. I had a good day.
We're happy to see you,
Hey,
darling.
Professor. Good day. I'm
Professor
good.
X.
Yes, indeed. What's up, people? What's cracking? What's going on?
Oh, he is smooth today.
No, I'm
Right here.
you know what I mean?
Hey, what's
I'm
happening?
actually just I'm trying to relax from
Oh, that's
running
what's
all
up.
day. But I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
Y'all see that haircut?
No,
like-
I'm a little cleaner today. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Fresh,
indeed.
y'all.
Yes, indeed. What's
And
up,
we
bro? How
have
you
a
doing?
well, I'm good.
Yeah, we
I'm
all
good. I
ask
didn't.
you.
Yeah,
I gotta
I
make sure.
It was
I
good.
think-
Around. Not skipping our new guest today.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
All right. We set the platform up for you. Yes, indeed.
I thank y'all for asking me. I'm good. I can't complain. Had better days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just keeping
That's
it real.
real.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm here. We doing the show.
Yes,
We
indeed.
about to get it
We're
in.
in the
We
building.
got a special guest in the building with us tonight.
Whoop,
What's happening?
Yes.
Right, that's what's up. We got
Live in
my
the
girl,
flesh. Live in
Miss
the flesh.
Candace White. What's happening?
You gonna put my white
Oh, I'm sorry.
Candace Natasha White.
Oh,
Okay,
Natasha.
say the whole thing. Say the whole thing, right?
There we
Yes,
go. So
indeed.
what's up, Candace? How are you?
I'm great. I am.
I am good. How you feeling?
I'm awesome.
How was your day?
That's good.
It was amazing.
Yeah, you did.
That's how you say it, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yo, we have a awesome show.
A list.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Something,
That's an
you
understatement.
know, I really, you know, we're talking the laws of attraction. And also, you know, with that, like getting out of your own way.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Which
I
many
mean,
people do get in their own way.
yes,
Yes.
people, I get in my
I'm
own
guilty
way.
of it.
Yes, I was
I'm guilty
going to
of it.
say.
Yeah, we
I
all
think
are,
we
probably.
all.
Yes,
yeah.
we are definitely, you know, we're talking about that tonight. Candace is someone who I know, you know, for a minute now, and it was cool how we came about doing this show.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, in personal growth, it was like, you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm like, well, what you passionate about? And it's like, you know, self-care, you know, the whole bit. You know, that's what Style and Substance is about.
Yes, indeed.
So it was like, yo, I had to have you on.
Yeah.
Had to have you on. I was like,
Thank
yep,
you.
when you coming?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, you know, it's good to have you here. So
Yes, it is.
I'm going to just say what my whole feeling about this laws of attraction piece is I really feel as though it's something that folks do on a regular and not know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
something. It's really something that when you know I did my research on it because I'm not an expert on it. I don't think will we say anybody here is an expert?
No.
We just
Expert.
it's just something that you
We learn on
practice,
the
right?
fly.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so
Some of us are more religious with our practices than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed. Well said. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I feel you.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying, like, for me, my part of laws of attraction would be my spirituality. You know what I mean, and how I understand things to work in our universe. You know, through prayer, understanding meditation, different things like that. But you know, with the laws of attraction, I realized that it's, you know, it's a little more to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It can be looked at as that, but I can't wait to get what everybody else feel about it.
Yeah.
So I'm, you know, Candace, I'm gonna start with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
I'm gonna start. You know, you go in
You set
and
the
you
tone
know,
tonight.
you let us know what's happening.
So I've always been into the laws of attraction.
Okay.
I've always had, you know, my favorite. She doesn't want me to say her name, but my favorite. She's always taught me about it and told me about it. And you know, growing up, you just don't listen. You listen when you feel like it.
Right. Absolutely.
And
That's right on this tree.
just within this last year, I decided to focus on that and really say, let me just see, is it me holding me back, or is it all the things and everything and everybody that's going around? let me see what this really is.
Yes,
So with the laws of attraction, it's just like gravity. It's always
Yes,
there.
always.
It's always working. You can't see it. It's all about transitioning your brain from thinking negative to positive. Laws of attraction is everything positive. The kingdom to heaven is inside you. God gave you all the tools you needed to be successful and become the best you.
Yes, indeed.
And get in line with yourself. So that's my goal, to
Yes, indeed.
help people get out of their own way.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we're
Get
talking
in
about
tune with
tonight,
their
right.
higher self.
Right.
And stop tolerating foolishness.
Stop tolerating foolishness.
Yes, say that again.
Yes,
Stop tolerating foolishness.
You know what's crazy? Many people do, don't they? And they don't even realize it. They don't understand what it means to kind of attract negativity.
Absolutely.
You know, it has so much to do with what lives inside of you more than it has to do with what's outside of you.
And the energy
Right, and the energy that they're putting out. Look in the mirror.
You attract everything that happens to you.
Yeah.
Good, bad, everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
First of all, I was anxious to come on the show today and talk about this topic because I was riding around some communities that I was in Baltimore City, and just looking at a lot about people and looking at how we, a lot of us we walk around in a depressed state, and just thinking about how did we get here? You know what I'm saying? Because at one point in time we were a community that thrived. Somehow we may not have had it all, but we thrived.
Yep.
But it made me think about that law of attraction, and it's like, have we perpetuated the negative energy that other people have put on us, and like now we're at that point where we're seeing what the negative outcome of allowing or attracting all of that negative stuff or whatever. Who knows what the stuff is? But stuff can come from anywhere.
Yes, indeed.
So, but that definitely, I was anxious, and I'm so happy to have you here because this is such a great topic.
Yes,
That's what's up.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna say, I look at it like this. So, they say sick people attract sick people.
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking not positive, I'm thinking negative, but not positive. If I'm thinking negative, so I'm gonna draw that negativity. Same way, I found in my life, like when I'm positive, positive things happen
All day.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is the real. Like when I'm in a rut, like now, that I know better. I'm like, all right, I got to get out of this because what I'm thinking, it's not good. It's not bringing anything positive to my situation. So and it's like if I allow to sit in that misery, like I become miserable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like I really appreciate like this show tonight because I'm like, so it talks about your mind is a garden. This was what was cool, and then you plant these seeds of positivity, and it was saying how once you plant those seeds of positivity, you have to give it time to cultivate. So it teaches you in this patience also. So that's why I said it's things that I'm already trying to do. It's like, but I love the way that it's put out there because it's like, all right, cool. If I'm planting all these things, and you have to remove the weeds also out of your garden, which is the weeds of negativity. So it's like I have to train myself to start taking these negative thoughts out my head, which is easy. Like he said, to ride around, just be riding around in the car and see. All this negativity, you know what I mean? Right, and the effects of it.
But the more you plant the seeds, the negativity is just going to go anyway.
Okay.
It's going to work itself.
Absolutely.
It's going to work itself out.
Wow,
You definitely got to tend to it. You definitely got to pay it attention.
Oh, it's hard. You have to fight for your joy.
You sure?
It's
Oh
a
man,
battle.
that
It
is
is
so
a
true.
battle
It is a
fighting
battle.
for your joy.
And maintain it.
Absolutely.
Consistency is so important.
Because life is still going to happen.
Regardless. And I love the fact that you said that because so many people think like, oh, I have so much stuff going on in my life right now. An illness or death in the family. That means that I have to let that weigh me down. And people don't realize that has a lot to do with law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have bad things that go on. And there's levels to bad things. But if you keep perpetuating that energy, I'm so sad. Let's talk about illnesses, like especially illnesses that we have in our community: diabetes, heart disease, things like that.
They're not as hereditary as people think.
They're not as hereditary as people think. Exactly, and so many people think that. I can speak of my mother. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, they tell you that high blood pressure you can't get rid of. You know what I mean? She got rid of high blood pressure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You
And that comes with one, changing your diet, but also changing your mindset on where you are. And not you can't keep telling yourself I'm sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's think about cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that a lot of people when they get cancer, it's unfortunate, but they keep telling themselves, "I'm sick. I'm going through this illness. This illness." You began to make that illness you. And it manifests itself into other things, and then you wonder why you become mentally ill because you've made yourself mentally ill.
And then you start to attract other sick people.
Right? And you're like, "Damn, everybody's sick around me." No, that's what she's attracted to you.
It is.
That's so true.
Yeah, shoot. We even go deeper when we speak about friends and relationships, and this is what we talk about before. That's basically what our topic is about.
That's what I said.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people.
You attract who you are.
Yeah.
Who you like is a reflection of you.
Yeah,
believe it.
across the board. And if you don't do the work on yourself, that all that negative shit. Excuse y'all know me, but all that negative stuff that you don't like about yourself, it's definitely going. It's definitely going to come back. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, I don't like this man. Yeah. But what is it about this man that you don't like? Are you seeing qualities that he has that
are just like you,
just like yours?
The mirror,
right. And that mirror hurt.
Woo! It can destroy.
Hold on. Did you just say you don't like the qualities in that man because it reminds you of you?
Yes.
Now let's
so you want to let them breathe on.
Let that right there marinate for a second. Because we see so much of people who are in relationships and they truly don't like the other person.
Nope. They tolerate
like
them.
It's like
they
tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in that relationship because they want to. They feel like they're obligated to be in it.
Yes, indeed. That's a word.
And you are obligated to be anywhere.
Right.
Other than where you are.
So you falling for all that, I can't leave just yet. Yes, you can. People leave every day.
Right, why can't you? What's holding
It's called getting up, standing up, putting one foot in front of the other.
Hello.
And it's called a comfort zone and a security blanket.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I love the fact that you said that. Because so many times, like, and I don't want to necessarily touch on this subject, but let's speak of battered women. A lot of people talk about, how battered women, they stay in relationships. It's like, why do they stay in those relationships? Have they lost the value that they have in themselves? That law of attraction. Because you don't value yourself, you tend to attach to or cling to people who don't value you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta take a look back and be like, okay, so what am I doing to myself? Am I loving myself? Because of the fact that people don't realize you treat people how to teach you, and me, quite frankly, I feel like that goes.
You teach people how to
teach people how to treat you.
Teach people how to treat you.
And if you're not treating yourself right, somebody's gonna come right into your life. They're gonna treat you the same way that you're treating them. That even comes down to your children. You know what I'm saying? If you don't teach your children how to treat you, or you don't show them that you value the relationships that you have with other people, and those people must value you. They won't value you as an individual, right?
Or know how to find it out for themselves.
Exactly.
Then that's a sick cycle. That's a sick cycle that just continuously perpetuates itself. And then you wonder what's going on in the family, but it just started way back when.
Yes.
Nobody wanted to nip it in the bud.
It's a cycle that just continues.
Ooh, y'all got deep today.
I mean, y'all hitting people on the head tonight.
Yeah. Somebody gonna be upset.
And please,
but you know what though? And actually, it's okay.
It's all right. Please share if you care. Right? Yeah.
Share because you care.
Share because you care. However, share. Share.
So we have a comment from Tiara Payton. She says she so needed to hear all of this.
Oh, that's what's up, Tiara.
Thank you, Tiara. Kendall Lewis says it's definitely good to surround yourself with positivity. Yeah. Jennifer says, y'all preaching today. Yeah. Busy Blake says, hello, team. Hey, Blake.
We miss you. Baby. Do your job wherever you at, Busy. Don't think you off. You ain't on vacation.
Alicia Turner says this is definitely true.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I wanted to touch on one of those comments about surrounding yourself with positivity.
Who was that? Kayla?
Yes. Kayla said that. Yep. So my post today, my motivational message was about focusing on who you surround yourself with, the energy you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with people who love you the way that you want to be loved, people who support, nurture, and grow you in the way that you need to be supported, nurtured, and grown.
Wow.
I think that goes into, I know that goes into law of attraction. Just because as an entrepreneur, you can be around people who haven't done certain things that you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
Or they just have no faith in the process.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, being a creative, it's so important to surround yourself with people doing what you do, or people who are doing the things in places that you want to get to, so that you can constantly be motivated.
Very true.
And challenged to
true.
grow yourself. So law of attraction is very, very powerful. And you said something earlier, Lou. You said you think that we do it without knowing that we're doing it. Absolutely. And that is so true, but there's so much power in once you discover what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's
knowledge is power, right?
It's unstoppable.
So then, yes, you're able
You become
to...
unstoppable.
Exactly. There you go, y'all.
I have been manifesting all day.
Yeah.
All day.
I like how you say when you came
My
in,
day
like
has
you said, how
just
your
been,
day's been
awesome all day.
Yes.
And
Now,
it's all
yes.
through
May I ask
attraction.
you, because a lot of people, well, me quite frankly, and I'm not going to say I do it every day because it's me being transparent, but what I try to do is I try to, in the morning, do at least 15 minutes of meditation. If I can't catch it while I'm in the mirror, I catch it while I'm in the shower, you know what I mean? But what is it that you do to make sure that you're practicing law of attraction, or so that you are able to manifest everything?
Putting that good energy out.
Great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
So what I do, I meditate.
Okay.
I started out, they say, you can start out with just 15 minutes and you'll know when you reach the moment, even if you don't get it right away. Because some people, it comes quicker to others than others. It's a process. So I meditate. If I'm around a bunch of negative energy or if my day is going haywire, I say, no, you have to reset.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll go in the house. I'll take a nap. I do all those things. I talk to myself. I just shut down and turn off the phone or ignore it and just sit there and think and just process things. So I like to meditate. I'll read. A good book that I think everybody should read is The Laws of Attraction, The Teaching of Abraham by Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It's oh my gosh. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Because even in that book, she talks about in the beginning with her husband how they were on two different frequencies. Did you read it?
Yep.
How she didn't believe what he was believing. Like, what is this stuff about? And then she began to do it. And now Abraham speaks through her. And give out advice. And that's all those things. I surround myself by positive people. I change my thinking.
Yeah.
I do not think negative.
And I'm so happy you said that, because a lot of people think that I can still have these negative thoughts, but I'm changing my ways. Yeah. And it's like, how can you change your ways until you change your mind? Because you got to change everything.
Because you're sending a confusing message to the universe.
Yeah.
So the universe doesn't know if you want them to fix it, if you still want it, all those things.
And you stay stuck.
You stay stuck.
You wonder why you were.
The universe is confused.
But you are why you are
why you are. Yes, indeed.
You are why. Ooh,
I know for me, last year I had a really tough year, like medically, emotionally, like I was just going through it. And then I decided that I was not going to do that anymore, and I was going to be different. So for like the new year, I decided I was going to stay in the house. I wasn't going to go out and party like I normally do, or bartend like I used to do as well. And I meditated for like a whole hour. Never really meditated before, like maybe a couple minutes here and there. But I meditated for a full hour. And this year has been freaking amazing. Like, just total different shift from where I was last year. And I feel so much better.
That's great.
I don't allow people to take me down anymore, bring me down. Like, I just have a positive attitude. And I feel like I'm back to my old self now.
That's good.
And that's such a blessing.
Kudos to you.
That's such a blessing.
It's an amazing change.
It definitely
I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, like with this, I'm hearing y'all speak, I'm sitting back listening. It heightens your awareness. You know what I'm saying? And like, and it really, like, that's something that I really feel as though, everybody needs to, kind of address or, be mindful of is, the awareness of self and where you're at, because you have to, like you said, be mindful of like, man, I need to reset. I need to, something like this ain't feeling good. Like my day started off bad. I kind of knew it was going to be a bad day. Now this is where this made me right, bro. I was coming. I knew it was going to be a bad day. Like I didn't, and I shouldn't have started out my day the way that I did. Like, and from me not doing my norm, it threw it off. threw it off because my way of, keeping aware is starting out my morning with some prayer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's my, my time to meditate, relax, think about my day, what I have to do, what do I want to accomplish, what I will accomplish. And it's like, I didn't do that this morning. And my day was so jacked up.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah, that's all. No. But
I don't mind being the guinea
here's
pig.
what my question is. When you felt like your day was going to be the way that your day kind of played out, were you almost finding yourself looking for situations to say, this is what I thought it, exactly. I knew it and this is what I thought?
Yeah, the discomfort was set in.
Okay.
So it was like...
So it was already kind of
there. Yeah, it was there. It was like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this ain't,
Yeah.
I had, an upside to my day midday.
Yeah.
And then after that, like it went right back.
Right,
even though, and I was around positivity. I was around a lot of positive people. During that period of time for about an hour, they was good. When I went back to just me and myself with my own thoughts, they continued to be shitty.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even going to, like, it continued to be shitty. Yeah, I mean, that's right.
When you first said that, I don't know if you heard me now, and I said, oh, you need to change your vibration. That was the first thing I said. You heard me? That was the first thing I said.
When you had sat down?
When he said, oh, I'm having a bad day, I said, oh, you need to change your vibration.
Because that's the reality of what it is. It's just like music. Music, sends vibrations to it. So the energy and the spirit within us sends vibrations. It's something that I always say, if you don't fix your own, you trust what's going to come your way.
Right.
Oh my Lord.
And it's just crazy. And a lot of people say, well, I love myself. I love me. Yeah, I love me. But it's like, but look at what you're tolerating.
Yeah,
you love you,
you could be loving the nonsense.
But you getting cheated on. You crying every night. Yeah. You going through chaos. But you
still
love
going back to the bullshit.
Do you love you in a healthy way?
No, you don't.
Learning to love yourself.
And people don't know the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even with themselves.
Yeah. So law of attraction applies there because you tend to attract. It goes back to what you said. How you allow yourself to be treated.
I call it dysfunctional behavior.
There's a lot of people out here.
I would say dysfunction and dysfunction. It's almost impossible when you think about it. But we see people do it every day.
Oh my gosh.
You have to change it.
Because people think that you're supposed to be in a relationship, and if we're arguing and fussing and getting jealous, he likes me. He likes me.
Can we say the name of that book again?
Yeah. No, I was actually going to tell the listeners that I had put the link for the book.
Oh, okay. It's the laws of attraction. It's the laws of attraction. The teachings by Abraham, and it's by Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks.
Yes. I was anxious. I was like, y'all got to get this. It's $8.
That's one of the first books that set me on my way, and that's what it did.
Yes, it did.
You say it changed your life.
It will change your life.
It'll make you think.
It does.
It really makes you think and evaluate your place, your space in life at that moment. When you actually read that book, you start to think like, wow.
And people will either grow with you or grow away from your experience.
Oh my gosh, and I'm so happy this conversation got lit. I'm so happy that you said that, because I remember when before I had graduated from college, I told myself I was trying to do a transition with my life. Because you know how you feel that it's time for a change, but you don't know. You're like, what the hell is that change? And that's when I kind of discovered the law of attraction. Reading up on YouTube, reading books and different things like that. And I was like, okay. I've noticed, like we said, sometimes you're practicing things, even sometimes religiously, and you don't even know. Like, so affirmations have always been my thing. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have nobody to wake up to. Well, I mean, now I do. But you don't necessarily have nobody to wake up to every day to be like, yourself is important. Yes. Like, being able to tell yourself, like, hey, girl, I love you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get through this day. Yes. This test that you about to go through, it may be a little hard, but you got this. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pass it. You know what I'm saying? Being able, exactly. I'm enough. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one. Yeah. Being able to tell yourself these things is very important. Yeah. And then I noticed as I started to change my thinking, as I started to love myself a little more and really started to pay attention to where, like you said, where I am in life, what I want out of life, where I want to go, that's when my life started to change. And then those affirmations started to become a little different. Because I used to, my affirmations I spoke on things for myself, but I used to always include everybody else. But then I started to understand that's when self-care comes in. Yes. And it's that time that you are able to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? You can be selfish in that mirror at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you something interesting when you say about being selfish. it's okay to accept the fact that no is an answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people need to hear it more times than not. You know, because when you think about the people that we allow to come in our lives and be in our lives, family, friends. I was listening to Oprah. It's this little excerpt on an interview she was on, and she was saying that you really got to rid your life of negative people.
Yeah.
They're like vampires. They're blood suckers. You know, they're energy suckers. Is
Yes.
what she said. She said before you know it, you won't even know who you are.
Nope.
So that's why I kind of wanted to ask you, Candace, what are your thoughts on the fact that when they are family members who are negative,
they the worst ones.
They're the worst ones, right?
You
And
feel like you have to have them around.
and that's why I wanted we could kind of go around.
I don't.
I agree 100%. That's why I wanted
You can get
if we
cut
kind of
off,
go around the
too.
room with it. But really to speak on that, because I'm very true to form that I say, you know what? If I don't feel like you for me, I don't need you around me.
Right. Nope.
You know, at the end of the day. So if you could kind of touch on that a little bit, you know, what does that really look like?
Right, with family, right?
Mm-hmm, family.
So what I do when it comes to family,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much the same that I really do with everybody. But with family, it's always a little. You'll find it to be a little bit of a struggle because you care and you love them, and we want them all to be good.
Yeah.
So what I do is I block off their energy, and that's what the law of attraction teaches you. When you know and you are centered with you and where you are, you can listen to the negative stuff because your perception is your reality. So you can't distort what's going on with me. So, give me an example. So I'm going deep.
Good, because I'm thinking how deep and how personal.
While y'all thinking about that, shout out to Darrell. He's texting my phone like I cannot see. Darrell, I'm seeing your comments. I'm gonna bring them up.
Darrell?
Yeah, Darrell.
Oh,
Right. I see your comments.
You know where sometimes we have parents, right, and just kind of nothing just too personal, just across the board. We know sometimes parents can be who we feel like we have to tolerate because they're our parents. Yeah, but they have an energy that's just negative, you know, or either an energy that's not uplifting and refreshing, right?
Okay.
How do you kind of?
I love them from a distance.
Okay, yes. I agree. But I want you to say that. Go ahead.
I deal with them and love them from a distance.
Okay.
Because when you are trying the laws of attraction, and anytime you're trying to change yourself with anything new that you're trying to do, whether it's a career, relationship, goals, entrepreneurship, it's easy for you to fall back to your old ways of thinking, and then I would engage back into the arguing and the going back and forth. So what I do is when they're being negative, I throw out a bunch of positive things. And depending upon what it is, it's like, okay, well, what did you do? Did you find a piece of candy in your pocket today? You didn't find anything today that could make you happy. You just woke up mad. You know, and so what I like to tell people is, somebody didn't get to wake up this morning. Somebody didn't get to wake up, so you just woke up mad. So you need to be put back to sleep or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you need to reset.
I like how you said, go home, take a nap.
Go home, take a nap, reset, try it again.
One of my lines is, did I run over your puppy in your dream last night?
Say that again. Did
I run over your puppy in your dream last night?
I like that.
You didn't get it together. I didn't do anything to you.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a good, you know, because that's so true. Sometimes you think about it when people just, I call it stinking thinking. You know, it just from a life coach perspective, you know, when coaching and helping people to kind of, you know, look at the glass of water as half full, not half empty, because it's both all day long, that you have to decide, like we were saying, you have to choose to want to see it as such, because it's both at the end of the day. So when you wake up, you could decide to say the day is going to be a funky day or a great day.
Like that.
And I'm glad, actually, I appreciate you actually putting yourself out there, because it happens to all of us.
It does.
But how will we choose to, you know, move through the journey of life in that particular day to change? If we got to turn the corner, we're going to keep going straight when we already know we're going type of thing.
So I know for me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know for me, like if I'm feeling that way and I'm feeling down, like I know who I can call that's going to be like, sorry, that's not even worth it. Like just do it this way and you're good. Like you got this. You like give you that motivation and just comfort, and it changes your whole attitude for the day. Like you have to have those kind of people in your life that you can just call on and have that experience.
I call them my lifeline.
Accountability partners.
I like how Luke says it a lot. That's what our show is. You know, Style and Substance is that for people twice a week. If for nothing else, for an hour, 2 times a week, they can come and get that lifeline or get that opportunity to just refreshing.
And plus, you want to see that people, everybody's going through something.
Exactly.
You're going through something. She's going through something. I'm going through something, and we all deal with it differently.
You're right.
So, like an example for me, one of my examples, I have 1,000.
Yeah.
Because I also have a YouTube channel that I started as well.
Okay. So tell us about the YouTube channel.
Well, I just started a couple months ago. It's called Candy's Crazy Reality.
Okay.
So it's like, I tell them I'm just a regular girl trying to stay sane in a world full of sin. So as
true.
So I just touch bases on just life and talking and more of my personal stuff. Because you can hear somebody, I feel like you can hear somebody else's story, and a wise person, you don't have to always go through something to relate to it. You can sit and listen and see somebody else and say, dang, I don't want to go through it that way. I don't have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? To get through that.
I learned.
That's what Jay-Z said. He said, Hov went through it. So y'all ain't got to go through that.
You're supposed to be able to look and see.
That's real. Like, I'm going to tell you, that's how I got through a lot of my younger years. Like, I always say, like, when I was younger, I was so much more responsible, so much more, as I got older, I think I got a little more irresponsible. And dealing. Like, when I was younger, like, I used to really, and I think it was kind of fear-based. You know what I'm saying? Where I didn't want certain things to happen. That's something with laws of attraction. Like, people are so focused on, what they don't want to happen.
Rejection.
You know what I mean? That they put that in their head, and that's, instead of what they want to happen. So, that was just a plus for me when I was younger to get through situations, is to look at other people and what they were going through and be like, I don't want that shit for me. But, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, looking up at, say my brother, wow, dude. So it's like, man, like, I don't think I want that. You know what I mean? But, it's crazy to me how, I'm hearing all this, and we're talking about my day, and it's not the norm for me to feel like this. But what I realize is, even in that, like, and I say this saying all the time: progression, not perfection. It's no perfection in this. So what I realize is that I'm a feeling deal, though. So when I'm in that situation, like today, I know it's going to come to an end. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know my thinking will get realigned. And if it doesn't, like Shari has said, I have people that I go to where, like, yo, help me. Because a lot of people, definitely have some cognitive distortion. Where, I think, I'm thinking what I'm thinking is true. And I need somebody to be like, hey, like, yo, you need to come up out of that.
It's funny because we all do that and have that.
Right.
And I'm so glad you said that.
Right.
No, keep going.
And what I'm saying is, like, so it's good, like, how we're talking about the people that we surround ourselves with. So let's say I'm having a bad day, and I can use a real life situation. Oh, I done called you before.
Look, vice versa.
And
you
we done
called me when I had a bad. Matter of fact, let's talk on this real quick.
No doubt.
Just to say funny something about laws of attraction. Lou has called me on. I got to go with my chills, right? He's called me on a day when I wasn't having a good day. And funny enough, just sitting still. Now, we know that this happens to us and we're really connected. Yeah, right? Absolutely. And it's so funny the fact that even the conversation wouldn't even just go into a direction of, man, what's on your mind? But just words of affirmation, of realizing that all is well. How are you doing? Encouragement. Without you even knowing, without him even knowing. And then we were able to go into it. So just wanted to just kind of pinpoint that, because as men, a lot of times we'll distance ourselves. Thinking that I can handle it on my own.
And that's
and I would say distance ourselves instead of positioning ourselves.
And I'm gonna tell you something about that with this is that when you attract certain vibes, so that's a two-way thing. So if we have this two-way thing of positivity, and I can sense, like, it's just something with me where people will call me like, yo, you good? You was on my mind today. And I'm like, something, I needed to talk to somebody. Like that's not by chance.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like that's not by chance. So it's like, that's a two-way thing when you have people in your life that, you can sense when there's something going on. And that day that you're talking about, if we're talking about the same day, is, I was like, yo, always on my mind. I need to call them.
And the funny thing, it's important that we do that for one another, especially when we say we care about each other. Because, Dion, you say it all the time in regards to self-care. Self-care is taking care of yourself, but also taking care of those that you love, that you know at times, that you know that they may be in a time or a state of mind that they're not able to do it for themselves, and not even know it. You know, so that kind of helps. I always say that iron that helps us to sharpen that iron. You know,
so support system.
It's a support system. Yeah.
So in relationships, right? So we was talking about the laws of attraction. We talked about, you know, getting out of your own way. So when you say that getting out of your own way piece, right? We're like, go a little deeper into that, like getting out of your own way.
So that's something that I say for myself, and you know,
I'm gonna hear your point.
You know, you have to get out of your own way, as far as you just sitting and tolerating and deal with anything, because the first part to co-creating and even acknowledging laws of attraction is when you are able to recognize what you don't want. So when you're able to recognize what you don't want, then you can recognize what you want. You know? And so, relationship wise, let's say, I had dealt with somebody, right? Because I like to tell my personal stuff.
That's fine.
I met somebody. Another thing too, you have to be aware of where you are when you meet people. Because energies attract. So it was a point in time where I was at, like, I had a low moment in life, and I attracted somebody that was just as low. You know.
That's
you know? And even still, within those moments, you can think that it's love and all these other things. And it's like, no. So when I begin to rise and overcome, I no longer wanted to deal with that person.
Right.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'll say, oh, he loves me. Oh, this. It's like, no. I'm at the point now where laws of attraction get you to love yourself so much, because we give people power.
Yes, we do.
When you can control our feelings, that's a problem for me, and I've learned that. And it's like, he didn't make you upset. She didn't make you upset. You made yourself upset because you gave your power to somebody because you put expectations into flesh.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
And when they let you down, you're like, oh, he hurt me or she did this. No, you did it. You did it to yourself.
So you let your guard down.
You did it to yourself.
You accepted something
internal before it was external.
Exactly. So, you know, you attract all of these things and all of these people to you, and I just want everybody to become aware and get in tune with their higher self, because the next person, when they go and they decide to leave, bye. It's not that I don't care, but it's like, I'm good because I'm good with me first. So a lot of times people say, oh, he make me happy, she make me happy. Well, that's the problem. Because somebody is supposed to add on to your happiness, not make you happy.
Addition, not subtraction.
Exactly.
You know what? That kind of goes along with what you're saying. From Christian Grey, it says, I don't even recognize negative energy enough to ignore it. I'm so me, you won't even feel comfortable not matching my mode around it.
You know, y'all remember we talked about it a little bit the other day. We were talking about that in regards to just certain people. And I think I might have been saying, like, it is certain things I just don't recognize or acknowledge. And I think Lou, you were saying, well, that's just who you are. And it's funny that it's important to figure out how to rewire yourself or reset yourself to be able to put the energy out that you know you want to attract. And I don't think enough people unfortunately sit and do the due diligence to study to figure that out. So that's why you're here to show us and tell us some books and some information to go seek so that the listeners can know.
Wow.
I'm so happy that you spoke on. My mind over here running, but seriously. But I'm so happy that you spoke on that portion of relationships, because I work with young women, and unfortunately, I work with young women. Not all of them, but a lot of them are at a stage in their life, let's just put it that way, where they're accepting certain things. So trying to get them to see that although you may be at this stage, that don't mean that you deserve the things that you're accepting. Meaning, once again, abuse, neglect, being cheated on, somebody having a baby on you, you know, just stuff that's just out of the ordinary. So a lot of people think that, oh, because we go through these things, or because we're in this struggle together, because that's when it comes down to. I love you because we're in a struggle together, and we feel good at this low point together. But it's like,
please go deep into that. Why is it people think that pain
It's love.
Because they don't know.
Yeah.
It's comfort.
Because you don't know.
It's
Yeah, it is. It's dysfunction.
Yeah,
It's toxic.
it's
A lot of
toxic.
times that's what they grew up with.
And you grew,
Used
yeah,
to
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, oh, he beats me, he loves me, so he beats me. No.
Yeah, that's not
no.
love. Or oh,
Imagine
he
if
go out
didn't
here.
beat you because he loves you.
Exactly.
Say it
Right,
again,
right.
Why we don't think that?
Say it again.
Imagine if he didn't beat you because he loves you.
But not only that, I mean, speaking on, I was having a conversation with a young lady not too long ago. She was saying how her baby father, he goes out here and he, flip these packs and he do whatever because he love his family. But in my mind, I'm like, isn't him going out here and doing the right thing? Wouldn't that be more love? Because then if he goes away,
Then he can't
then he
do
can't do
nothing.
nothing.
Right.
So what is love at that point?
Right.
And that's why I think that the law of attraction, it becomes very important, because if you don't even know what you're worthy of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you're gonna attract any and everything.
That's the thing, though.
You don't know.
Yeah, no,
what you're
I
worthy
don't
of.
know it.
You know what?
So
Go ahead. Keep on.
no, go ahead.
Self-worth and accountability, I think, play two huge roles into law of
they go hand in
attraction.
hand.
Yeah.
Because it can be hard to want to be accountable for what's revealed to you once you realize that
That in the truth.
the power of law of attraction. You can really take that mask off and feel like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, would you say that you are the ugly in your life?
Yes,
Yes.
not everybody else around you.
Because the world, everybody today is sleep.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Very
that,
zombie-ish, isn't it?
a lot of that comes from, and Darrell said this. I'm gonna finally read one of his comments because this one it was on point. Those issues, no, I'm messing with you, Darrell. Those issues come from family and parents. So I'm sitting here thinking that, like, so where you was talking about Key, where these folks feel as though you going out and pushing a pack. And all that is like, oh, they love me. You know what I mean? He cares.
He hit me in my eyes, so
Right,
he really love me
so
now.
if they seen their parents going through that, then that's what it's trained behavior. You know what I mean? Like we did the show on the love languages.
Yeah.
So love languages go deep. You know what I mean? Like we don't know how certain people equivalate love. So what I'll say is that for those folks that feel as though the stuff that we might not accept is love, that's love for them.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? We can sit.
I don't know, but you're right, though.
But we can sit and we can sit and say all day long, like, sweetheart, that's not love.
Yeah, but it is to that person.
But if that person has it here, that it's love.
It's love.
That's
and
love.
I get you. But at what point in time, because those are the same people who go and they search for relief in some way.
Keep going.
No,
Please keep
so
going.
at what point in time will those people say, all right, something ain't right?
I got
You know what I'm saying? I got to break the cycle in some way. Right. And now, granted, we know that there's cognitive distortion and different things that keeps people from growing.
Lack of
the lack of self. We all know. It's a whole bunch of different factors.
Yeah.
But at what point in time, especially if you have guidance or you have a circle of some sort of people that's telling, like, listen, girl, boy, mom, dad, this isn't right. At what point in time do we decide to change our minds
Let's
and do the right
do
thing?
this. I like that question. Hold on. Let's do
Yes.
this. How long have you been practicing laws of attraction?
For the last year and a half on.
What made you start practicing laws of attraction?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's just say, because I can answer
That was
What
on my channel.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
started
perfect way to
practicing because all hell broke loose in my life.
Okay.
So let me stop you right there. Just I want to go piece by piece. When what changes folks is you go through enough pain.
Yes.
I always say that.
Yes.
So by her saying all hell breaks loose,
Yeah.
pain is a good changer.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Pain, tolerance, whatever. Where different things are being touched, and you're like, damn, this hurts.
Yes, yeah, it does not
Like
feel
my
good.
ass is on fire.
Yeah.
I need to change.
Yeah.
Yes.
You become one that you start being honest.
Yeah.
There's the honest part. I always go there.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm about to say. That's the honest part.
Yeah.
It's always first you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Pain sometimes make you honest with yourself.
It will.
Then you're like, shit, my ass is on fire. I have to get a little open-minded to some of this shit that people been telling me.
whole
And
time.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
You have to get tired.
Yes, that's just what it is.
That's the first step.
Yes.
You have to get tired.
And then let me stop you right there. You will continue. Is that once you become open-minded, we always say this, is the willingness part.
Yeah.
You're willing to do the things necessary to change. So those same people that, and I know some of these young people, they ain't went through enough pain yet. And what I feel as though is that center, it kind of enables them. Because it doesn't allow them to go through the pain. So not to knock where you work at, because I actually work there too, in a different capacity. But that doesn't, right.
I used to say, let me say this real quick. I used to say a lot of times, unfortunately, elders put pillows underneath the effect. So that people do not, cushions, right? Cushions, exactly. Metaphorically speaking, to not have to, cause and effect? To not have to feel what it is that you made a choice to do. If you move that out of the way and let them hit their heads, just as human beings going through life, figuring this thing called life out, something happens. Change happens. What you say, the willingness to say, open mind, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I don't want that.
I don't want that no more, right? Keep putting your hand on the stove and burning it enough times. You look at it,
you be like,
you know what I mean? But what I think we do a lot of times is we enable. I think that we're seeing a generation right now that has been enabled, and I'm not knocking the new generation.
Coddled.
Yes.
So all this is happening.
They
Look,
feel entitled.
They feel that's the word.
All that. That's what we dealing with right now. I want to go to the comments real quick. Jim, you've been putting up some fire, shorty. I'm gonna give it to you.
Hey, Jen.
Like, I know. Like, all right. So Jen, it says she said it has to hit you. No amount of telling you will do it. I literally got smacked in the face one day with the fact that I had to walk away from a toxic relationship. It's finally looking within. Wow. Like, Jen, you on point. Make sure you share this, Jen. I just want to let you know that. Yes, you know what I'm saying. But, yo, I'm going to tell y'all, man. Oh, you can finish what you were saying, bro.
Look, y'all know me. We were rolling. It's the toxic. Oh, it's so funny. It'll have you lost for words because we see it every day.
Yeah,
and we see it with people that we love, and we see it within ourselves. You know, I always say Michael Jackson didn't write the song "Man in the Mirror" for nothing. You know what I mean? So it's things that we have to be willing to do the work. You know, it's just the fact that it's going to be work. And sometimes it's hard, and hard is okay. You know, because it defines you, it makes you, it sharpens you, it recreates you to become that you that I always say that God gave you life to be.
Where did easy come into play?
Yes.
Well, the entitled.
But like, where did that?
You say entitlement. No, I'm saying we speak about entitlement.
Like,
no.
No,
but the fact that you speak about entitlement, though.
Easy E? Like,
who made easy the way to go?
Yeah, like, you know,
it's like yes or no. That's that laziness.
That's the laziness. That's the entitlement. That's why I was pointing to you, Candace. The fact that we used to speak about entitlement.
Yes.
Wow, that's probably, that's a good one, right?
Hit you in the chest
like, yo, because I mean, let's keep it real. Everybody at this table want easy.
Yeah,
in some way, somehow, let's keep it real.
100%.
That would be perfect world.
But that's not the world we live in. But it's not the world we live in.
Getting married.
Reality kicks in.
So we got reality kicking in. Reality. So if we say stuff like hard work pays off, right?
Oh, it sounds so easy to say, though.
Hard work pays off.
It is easy.
We preach that to kids and all that, but us as adults,
go ahead, brother.
Don't really live by that.
No.
Right.
Not the
we
way.
get tired of working hard.
You want to know what's crazy?
Oh, see?
Let it
Work smart, not hard.
Work smart, not hard. You know what's so funny? I said that. I can remember when somebody said that to me, and I started adopting that as a way of living it, or at least a thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say a way of living.
Right.
I'll say a way of saying it. Because you sit back and you say, hold on, but I'm still working hard. Wait till you have children in your life that start pointing out to you that you're working harder than smart.
Yep, absolutely.
Say that again for the people.
I'm flappy.
Wait till you start having children in your life, either they be your own or others that you choose to care for. You're willing to have a transparent relationship with them that they can call you out. Like I do, me and my kids and my wife, we allow that, to some degree, and they will call us out. Will definitely call me out sometimes, and I hold that near and dear because they say, you know what, we got to figure this thing out so that we're not leading them in the wrong direction. But we do it. We work hard, and they looking at you like, "What's wrong with you? Fix that," because I don't want to repeat that.
It's quotes like that, but it's also a quote like Miss Anita had put up. She said, "What don't kill you make you stronger." So it's a double edged sword
Yeah,
on that.
Right.
Because
I'm glad she wrote it.
I'm happy she wrote it.
Let's
y'all.
make you
Yeah.
speaker too.
It's good. It's good.
I'm happy
but
she
it's
wrote it. But some people take it too far and they be damn near dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I get what don't kill me,
I've been
will make me
guilty-
stronger.
I think
Guilty of
what,
that.
what
It should have been trying to
what that
get me.
means.
From the beginning.
Right.
Okay, you get it right
I think what
there.
that
You
means-
shouldn't want them to kill you from the beginning. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Goddamn, I want to live.
I think what that means is that if it didn't kill you, then you should learn from it and
Of
build
course.
from it.
Yes.
Of course.
That's exactly what it
But
means.
it
We
can
need
be,
to
it
start
can be,
saying
it can
that.
be, yeah, right. We need to start saying
Elaborate
that.
on it more. Don't
Yes.
just
Man,
say
Law
we
of
can
attraction.
copyright what
Words
you
of
just said.
power.
Let
Exactly.
it
You
be
need to be more specific.
Because when you
Yeah,
say
you
it to
did.
certain people, they take it to the extreme.
Yeah, yes,
And
indeed.
like I've noticed that with certain generations, they take shit to the extreme.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yes,
so
you
something
do.
like that.
Yeah.
Like when we can talk about drugs. When people are popping Molly, lean, perks, or whatever else is out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
they'll do the extreme and like it ain't kill me yet. So let me see
Well,
what
let
else
me
is
go
next.
stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's just
damn.
stupid.
That's the stupid.
Right. But they don't see it as that.
Because
They
they
really
chasing
see it
that
as
first
they
high.
chasing
Yeah.
that high. But that's a whole
trying to
other
get
thing.
Yeah.
We done took this
But I
conversation.
would say that's a
somewhere
whole
totally
other
different.
thing.
It's all on that same.
Let me do this real quick. Candice, won't you let the people know where they can find you at?
Please.
Okay, well, on YouTube, it's Candies, Candies, Crazy with a K, Reality. That's my YouTube channel I just started. On Instagram, I am Miss_Unforgettable with a 3, where the E is supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay.
And on Facebook, I am Natasha White with a Y. So I'm just like,
Say,
oh,
find all
It's
type of
okay.
love. That's good though.
Right.
It's good to be, what do you say, diversified.
yeah, because that's
yourself.
also a reflection of me. I do not like tradition. I hate fitting in, and I'm always true to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
That's
because my
right.
brothers and sisters growing up, I'm the same
So
way.
it's like, okay, come
Break
on.
things.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I'm gonna just say, like, I always love to give props where props is due.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, hold on. And
go
on Snapchat.
Oh, you
I
Get your snap out there.
Right.
It is chocolate with the K, where the second C is.
Right. That's what he got off.
CHOKOLATE_Gal, GAL.
Okay.
So like I was saying, giving props where props are due. I've known you for years. I've seen your attitude change. So I'm gonna say to you, like,
Thank you.
and I seen you going through some of the stuff that you was going through. So I really want to say to the people, like, her story is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real story. A definite positive. How do you say?
True testimony.
Yes, real, right? Testimony, right?
Yeah, that's
And
Thank you.
I just want to say to you, like, this interview tonight has been very powerful. Like, so continue to keep doing what you're doing.
Please.
Like, do not stop. Definitely,
you again.
Folks that's out there listening.
Thank you. You heard
Folks,
me. We gotta have you
definitely.
again.
Folks that's folks that's checking in. Definitely, follow her. Definitely go and check out all that different stuff with the K and the 3 with the E. Snapchat and all that. You'll find her. But I just want to say, congratulations on the new lifestyle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate you sharing it with
Yes,
us and with our
absolutely.
listeners. 'Cause
It's very
something
uplifting.
Very uplifting. Yeah.
Have you considered speaking to I don't know or
I
spreading the word
do.
of
Yeah,
it?
we
Okay.
didn't get into me yet. We all over the
Yeah.
little
I know,
way.
but
Go ahead,
please.
please. No, I began to. What? I'm sorry. What's my?
I'm like,
You on point? Keep on going. You good?
Do you think?
That's just my personality, guys.
That's good.
I love it. I love it.
I have begun to be a inspirational, motivational speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I am also. They were working on. I will be going to speak at a Women's Day,
Okay.
so I have that coming up. I also used to work with the youth as well and things like that and speak to them. But now I started going to schools
Okay.
and speaking to the kids in schools and
Yes.
things like that.
That's great.
I'm writing a book.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, I am. I'm in the process of writing a book.
Very
Can
nice.
we hear the name of it? Do you have a name for it?
No, I don't
Okay.
have a name for it yet.
Will you
Like
come
to
back
get-
and share it? when
Yeah,
it's-
I
when
will
it's
come
put
back
together?
and share it when
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
put
very nice.
together. But I do know one of the books is I Have Been Every Woman.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
I
I
have,
like that.
so I have been. the main chick, as they call it today, the side chick, the relationship. All that. I've been.
Speaking of that, the side chick show is coming.
But hold on, you know what the funny thing is? I've been all of these women with one man.
Oh, really? Yes. So we're gonna have you back on for the side chick show.
Come on that show.
Yes, I've been. That's different. That's different, right?
That's a whole nother spin.
Being all that with one man, huh?
Wow, you got my mind running right now. I want to hear that story. Yes, indeed. That's powerful.
I'm working on that, and I like he said, he's known me for a while. And I know I've changed, and it's even to the point. It feels good to hear it. When somebody can acknowledge that in your growth, and also the laws of attraction teaches you too that you don't need to hear it from anybody else. Because you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
that's what's up.
I would say that's when you know you grow.
Absolutely.
Well, Shirley White says that she is very proud of her little sister.
Nice, my girl Shirley. What's up, Shirley?
Shirley girl.
Now hold up, I've known Shirley longer than I've known
Candace.
Yes.
Yeah, like me and Shirley, we go back to teenage days. Starting our career together. But shout out to Shirley. Shout out to your mother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we need to get your mother up in here.
Oh, it must be a trip the way it looks.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say like this: like no cut card.
No cut card.
No cut card.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. From
her and my father both, and my aunt, she passed away, rest her soul. All of them. Okay. But I am. She'll tell you heard her tell her I'm the child that's just different.
Yes. Different. She always said that about you.
I don't have a filter. She's a little more controlled with hers, right? But she don't care. But I just don't care.
We definitely have to have a show with some moms or some dads, like they have grown children.
Yeah,
speaking from that perspective.
Daddy, come on.
So we should
have our parents on.
We should have our parents on. I would do that.
Yes, hey, your mom up in here.
Yes,
Lord.
You know what? It's funny. I know it's a sidebar, but it's funny. I was watching the 2 Chainz video, and they happened to have their parents. Him and YG's parents was in it rapping their lyrics. So it was like looking at the same person. So when you said this, made me think about that.
Wow,
so we may have to do it for that reason. But that is hilarious.
Yeah, man.
We had to see about that one.
So shout out to everybody that's tuned in.
Yes, indeed.
If you're listening, please share. We appreciate that, man. We appreciate y'all being tuned in. We appreciate y'all supporting Style and Substance.
As always.
Thank y'all
what
for
you got,
joining
Key,
us.
before I close us up out
It's
here?
been a minute since I've done this, but I felt like it was so necessary.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since I dropped the quote.
Yes, you
It's
have.
been a minute.
You was on fire.
It's been a little minute.
It used to be our weekly.
But this goes to what our show was about. So make sure for those who are just tuning in, you go back and check it out. But today's quote: "What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine is what you create."
Woo! Can you say that one more time?
I sure can. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine is what you create.
Wow. Absolutely.
So law of attraction all the way.
Yeah, sit with that one for the week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
that's
hot.
Yes,
So, Miss Candace, do you have anything for the folks before we get up out of here?
Yes, just stay positive. Speak good things into your universe. When you have something bad that's going on, find a good thing in it. I'll give an example. I was on my way to my daughter's show, running late because I'm always late, but I was on time for this. And in the midst of it, I had hit a pothole and had a flat tire. And I was like, oh my goodness. But then I said, oh no, we're going to get here. I was like, girl, that's what you got roadside assistance for. So I went all the way to her show and called them, and they came during the show and changed my tire. So again, you don't have to always go out of control when things go wrong. So stay motivated. Don't listen to the naysayers. You can do anything and become anything you want to be. Don't allow anybody to slow up your process, because you are in control of everything. And don't meet a man and let him to rush your process if you're not ready for a relationship.
Whoa!
Hit it, oh. Take them out of here. Look,
hit it,
as we always say, folks, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in. Wednesdays and Sundays from 7 to 8. Look, you see what we get.
Exactly.
This was some heavy stuff
and
tonight.
Much needed.
And much needed for us all. So definitely, we'll see you on Sunday. Don't be late.
Better not.
All right. Good.
Peace.